How the world's biggest companies make sure the price for a product is the same in Tokyo as it is in Texas? I mean, while still handling all the local deals and special taxes? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on SAP's really clever system for managing all of that pricing and see how it ensures everything is accurate and consistent no matter where you are in the world.
Just stop and think about that for a second. We're talking thousands of products, maybe millions of customers, and you've got sales teams scattered all over the planet. How do you possibly prevent total chaos? How does a sales rep in Japan offer the same base price as one in the US, but also apply the right local discounts? Without some kind of central system, it would be an absolute mess of spreadsheets and guesswork, and that just leads to lost money and, frankly, angry customers. So the solution to all this potential chaos, it's not magic. It's actually a core principle of really smart data management. SAP builds its entire pricing system around one incredibly powerful idea: creating a single source of truth. That means there's one and only one place to go to find the correct price for anything. Let's break down what that really means.
And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the whole system: condition master data. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a master library for every single price component in the company. And it's not just a simple price list, not at all. It's this dynamic database that holds everything from your basic prices to customer-specific discounts, freight charges, taxes, you name it. If it can affect the final price, it lives right here.
And this is precisely what makes condition master data so powerful. You see this quote on the screen? The idea that all business documents share the same source for price information, that's the whole ballgame. It means from the very first quote you send a customer, to the sales order, all the way to the final invoice, there's just no room for human error. That consistency is literally baked into the process from the very start.
All right, so that's the theory. But how does this actually work in the real world? Let's imagine we have Sally. She's a sales representative. Her company is launching a brand new product, and her first task is to get its standard price set up in the system. This is the foundation for everything else that's going to happen.
So, Sally creates what's called a new condition record. First, she picks the type of price she's creating. In this case, it's just the standard material price. Simple enough. Next, she links that price to the specific material and, of course, enters the dollar value. And finally, and this is super important for things like sales and promotions, she defines the dates that this price is valid. And boom, with just a few clicks, this price is now the single source of truth for this product across the entire company.
But, we all know the real world is a lot more complicated than just standard prices. What happens when one of your key customers negotiates a special discount? The system has to be able to handle that too, without just breaking all the rules or making people create a messy one-off spreadsheet.
And here's the crucial point. SAP is built for both consistency and flexibility. The system's default setting is always to pull everything automatically from the condition master data. That's our source of truth. But it also allows for controlled exceptions. If she has the right permissions, Sally can make manual changes right in a sales order to handle a specific one-time situation. So, to make that special deal official and repeatable, Sally creates another condition record. But this time, it's for a discount. And here's the key difference. She links it to both the material and a specific customer. Now, the system is smart. It knows to automatically apply this discount whenever this particular customer buys this particular product. It's not a manual thing anymore. It's a documented, trackable rule in the system.
Okay, so we've set up a standard price. We've set up a customer-specific discount. Why does all this careful data entry actually matter so much? Well, the real payoff, the aha moment, becomes crystal clear when you look at the entire order-to-cash process, from beginning to end.
This is really where the magic happens. Because every single step is pulling from that one source of truth, the whole process just flows seamlessly. The first quote you send out? Instantly accurate. When that turns into a sales order, the system automatically applies both the standard price and our special customer discount. Then the final invoice matches the order perfectly, which means no more billing disputes. And, the accounting department gets clean, reliable data, making their jobs a whole lot easier. So, if you only remember one thing from all this, let it be this. Condition master data isn't just a database. It's the engine that drives consistency through your entire sales cycle, from the moment you give a quote to the moment the cash is in the bank. It's the very bedrock of an efficient and trustworthy business.
So, we've seen how to make sure your pricing is consistent and accurate, but that brings up a much bigger question, doesn't it?
Now that you have control over the data, how do you actually use it to make smarter decisions? Sure, your pricing might be correct, but is it optimized? Is it strategic? And that, well, that's the next level of the game. Thanks for...
All right,